And welcome to the Slug series. This is number 2. I missed the first one, unfortunately. 16 seconds, 15 seconds to the beginning of the race here, and just doing my normal going across the line. We have Tangent, who just pops out in front there, and with 2 seconds to go, 1 second to go, I turn and cross the line first. Myself, then Peter Gregg, and after him Tangent, and then Brew 22. Only 4 competitors in this race, but it was tight and very exciting. Only came into this race a couple of minutes before, so I didn't get much of a chance to look at the wind and the configuration, but I was obviously on the leeward side a little bit too far and knew that I would have to tack across to the east to have any competitive chance here. Running at about 28-29 AWA to get a little bit of speed on. Winds are not that high here with 8.6 TWS. My first tack across around about 4 minutes into this race, and this is going to continue for quite a long time. We can see Brew 22 on my bow there, and that is Pete Gregg way in the distance. Tangent is to the northwest of me at present. So there's going to be a bit of a speed up of action here. This race went for about an hour and a half or so. So I've cut it down to about 16 or 17 minutes. So most of it's going to be done at 300 times speed. I hope it doesn't make you seasick. But we're about to head into some of the action. There was a lot of islands here and a lot of tacking to get through them. Pretty narrow passages with very shallow waters here and there, but very, very fun. As you can see, you have to go up through and around. So at 300 speed, as we go head up a little bit further, about 6 minutes here, my second tack across, trying to get over to where Pete Gregg is as I try to see where the map and the winds are going to take me. Brew comes across as well, and Tangent finally tacks as well. I'm about 0.1, 0.2 nautical miles behind Pete Gregg here, and this is the first real test with Brew going just across, and I dodge around the back of him, making a move to make sure I go behind him. And Tangent is coming up as well, and he's going to be just behind my stern, as you can see there. And as we go up to this island, around about 20 minutes later, getting very, very close to, we've already gone through and then up through the passage, and getting pretty close to the land here, so I decide to have to tack, even though Pete is getting closer and closer in my sights. And it's just a chasing game, a bit of cat and mouse here, but trying the best I can to make up a little bit of time every time I tack. So probably jump forward a little bit now to getting close to the line. Oh no, we don't. Just moving up a bit. So moving up to the line, another tack across, just behind his bow, sorry, his stern, and still getting closer and closer each tack, but pretty sure that at this stage that I wasn't going to get to the first mark quickly. And once again, getting closer and closer to the line, sorry, to the mark, another tack across, just making sure that it was a fairly quick one in this instance, and onwards we go. Another little tack. Probably wasting a little bit of time with these small ones, but wanted to get as close as I could to the mark when I make my final approach. He's already made his final approach. I'm gonna go. Oh no, he had to tack back again. That was that probably cost him just a little bit there. And we both went in synchronous dancing to the line. Back to normal speed now, just to show you my my out of touch change of sails. I've forgotten the key bindings, or the key bindings have been changed, so I had to do most of this manually. And he's down across the line, and I get there as well, around about 12 seconds behind, so not too bad. A little bit slow here. Move out. Oh, look at that. Just finally get the jib down. That's okay. I don't mind doing it after the mark, and get that code O up in all its glory, and push out. Just trim up a little bit, and we've got some pretty good wind angle here between 90, 92 I think it was, up to around about 110, which is the better wind angle to have on a code O. And next across the line is Brew, and with Tangent coming up the rear there. So looks like Brew got the better of him with that last little tacking bit. But it's very, very close, with only 9 seconds between those two guys. Anyway, we'll jump down to the bottom of this island here, past the small one. Yeah, here we are here, and for our last sail change, as Peter veers away, and I bring down the code, bring up the jib and turn at the same time, get the main up a little bit better on this one, and get that jib a little bit tight again. And then a little bit further on, and we diverged around a little island here. You can see Pete is down to the southeast there, and this was a moment of tension, because I knew that it was going to be close around this island. I was hoping that I would just catch a break by having a little bit more room to move than he would. I don't think it paid off as much as I wanted to, but I probably caught up another couple of seconds, and that is the name of the game as far as I'm concerned. Those couple of seconds make all the difference. Put a little bit of pressure on your competitor, on your fellow competitors, and see what mistakes they can make. Once they're out in front, like Sagui in the VOR, he's got plenty of time to move and maneuver, and yeah, very hard to play catch up. But when you got pressure in these small little mini races, mistakes happen. And here we are. I'm right behind his stern here, and yeah, things are looking good, even though still very, very tense. Just trimming up a little bit there, making sure that everything's right, and enjoying the sail. You can see that Tangent and Brew 22 again coming very, very close together as well there. I think Tangent was did the same path as I did. And here we go. Get into a little bit of his wind shadow at one stage, but yeah, we're sort of covering each other, and just trying to get the maximum I can out of these sails. At these sort of speeds, it's good sailing because it's always very, very close. And here we go. I'm just behind his stern again the next time. As we head to the finishing posts. Still about 20 minutes to race now, and I always fancy myself in a tacking duel. There are better guys at it, but Disco Infidel, who hasn't raced for a while, is very, very good at it, and Pacific Sea Cow is as well. And yeah, I'm even more appreciably closer to him. I can see him sweating at the stern there. Sorry, Pete. I'm just having a just playing with words. I know you weren't. And yeah, behind him again. It's just a bit of bullfighting here. Ole! As we finally, if I snatch it at the line, apologies, Pete. I think he does deserve this one. He outraced us for most of it, and I just crawled back inch by inch. And finally, the moment of truth. I'm in front, and I had to say that must hurt. And just to make sure it wasn't an optical illusion, we passed again, and this time I'm even a little further in front, I believe. So that's pretty much all she wrote. As we come up to the finish mark here, just jump forward to the finish, and end this race. So last little bit at speed. Make sure that I'm not going to have any trouble getting into that goalpost. Go for the corner. And yeah, what was it? 1 hour, 23 minutes and 6 seconds. So not bad. And I think that Pete was only about 20 or 30 seconds behind. Yeah, 1:23.33. So really, really close, really, really tight. Thoroughly enjoyed the race. Enjoy these races much more than the VOR in many, many ways, just because it's condensed and it's fun. And lastly, we can see Tangent coming across the line. I hope to see more of you in this Sea Slug series, put on by Tangent, who did the first series as well, which was a load of fun. The best of 5, I believe. So 3 to go. If you win all 3, then you win the competition. So with 3 to go, you still have a chance to win this thing. Anyway, guys, thank you.